Everyone, welcome back to the Paste Studios. We're now live with Tyler Hilton. Tyler, thanks
What
for being
up?
here, man.
Dude, thanks for having me.
Yeah, man, we are stoked that this is how you've chosen to spend your afternoon, man. Great to see you.
A great way to spend an afternoon in New York.
Yeah, so you're going to play 4 songs for us today.
Yeah.
And so City on Fire is the album. It's coming out in January of 2019, January 18th of 2019.
Yeah.
And are all 4 off of City on Fire?
Yeah, these are all off City on Fire. This one is the only one that's out right now. City on Fire came out last week, the song, and the video's up, and they've been spinning it on the Pulse on Sirius XM, so it's cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations, man. I'm happy.
Thank you. No,
stoked
it's
that's
cool.
happening.
It's actually crazy because I haven't had a song out on the radio in a while, and I did not think it was going to be this one, which is like a murder ballad, kind of Johnny Cash sounding song, but it's also my favorite song on the record, and so I don't know, maybe there's just a vibe with it that people connected to, but it's been really cool.
All right, we'd love to hear it.
Yeah, cool. Well, here lies one who used to stand up to the darkness, born in man, and blindly follow faith into the light. Let the fire burn a lullaby, straight to the heart, straight to the night. Tell a teaching man to get it right. Well, she had promised all to me, a grown woman still yet to be, with eyes as wide as Colorado plains. But souls like hers are far and rare, don't deserve the world we share, and finally left it peaceful as she came. City on fire, it's getting away. The river's dry, there ain't been rain. The wind still blows, the sparks of flame. Don't take the child, city on fire. Oh, and I didn't shed a tear, shed enough by then that year. Fertile seeds of vengeance sprouting like a grain. Well, my heart grew dense like ancient wood, just choking out the last of my good, leaving only murder on the brain. Yeah, well, city on fire, it's getting away. The river's dry, there ain't been rain. The wind still blows, the sparks of flame. Don't take the child, the city on fire. City on fire, it's getting away. The river's dry, there ain't been rain. The wind still blows, the sparks of flame. Don't take the child, the city on fire. Yeah, yeah. Well, fate is just a word until fortune meets a patient will, and you find yourself a gun against your neck. Well, you seen my face, he heard me cry, and I could see he was scared to die till I spoke her name to the center of his deck. The city on fire, it's getting away. The river's dry, there ain't been rain. The wind still blows, the sparks of flame. Don't take the child, the city on fire. The city on fire, it's getting away. The river's dry, and there ain't been rain. The wind still blows, the sparks of flame. Don't take the child, the city on fire. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah,
right,
Thank you.
Tyler. Thank you, man. That sounds great.
Thank you.
So you're talking about, and that song's got a murder ballad, sort of like a Townes Van Zandt, Johnny Cash
Totally.
vibe
It's funny
to
because
it.
I was like getting so into Townes Van Zandt last year. It's so crazy you said that. But yeah. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know like where that kind of thing came from, but like, you know, the last couple years have been so weird, like politically, and I feel like California's been on fire for like 2 years straight, and there's just all this fucking like just noise going on, and this like song came out that was just like this murder ballad about like trying to take control out of something that's out of control, and about revenge. And I don't know, it's kind of been like my like theme song. It's like one of my favorites to sing right now, but it really kind of sums up the, I don't know, the angst and anxiety I've been feeling the last couple of years. So
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's a perfect song for.
and then my wife,
for the
she
time.
did this like crazy music video for it. And she does all these cool music videos for like Gucci Mane and Elohim and Black Bear and just cool ass people. Like definitely not like my kind of vibe, like, you know. And she heard that song and she was just like, I really want to do a video for that. And I never would have even thought to ask her to do something like that. And she just was like, I just have this vibe because I feel like it kind of reminds me of like a lot of the struggle like I've been seeing women go through. And she's like, I've got this idea for a video. And so they did this beautiful video with these dancers that's all about like women's struggle to the song. And it just like blew my mind. It's like by far the best video I've ever been a part of. It's super cool.
It's outstanding, man. I've seen the behind the scenes stuff that you shot in association. Yeah, I've seen. I didn't realize that was your wife that directed it. And put it all together.
Yeah.
Man, it's outstanding.
And
really
it was
is.
wild too, because you know we haven't worked together that much, and you know when she said she wanted to do it, I was like, look, anything you want to do it. Like I don't want to get in the way at all, because I was so surprised that she even wanted to come on board. I'm always making music, and she's always hearing my songs, and you know if I asked her every song I wrote, hey, can you do a video for it? It'd be an annoying dinner conversation for sure. But she just like glommed onto that song, was like that song, which is weird because she's not necessarily into country music or murder ballads or anything like that. So something about that like hit her. And you know, you never know how that shit's gonna turn out, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it really is, man. I urge everybody who's watching this right now, not right this second, keep on watching this live stream.
after
But as soon
this.
as this wraps, please go check out the video for City on Fire. It's yeah, man, it's great. So congratulations on that, and
Thank you.
pre-congratulations on the release of the album. It's coming out January 18th. We just heard the title track from it, and can you tell us what you're going to play second?
Yeah, this is another. I mean, it's hard to say like what my favorites are on this record, but this song like means a lot to me too. This is called "How Long Till I Lose You," and it's a wild vibe because I started writing the song because you know my grandpa had passed away, and he was like one of my favorite people in the world. And you know, grandparents pass away, and that's what happens. But for some reason, that one really hit me hard. He's just like somebody I really modeled myself after, and I was kind of dealing with that whole thing. And then at the same time, it sounds a lot less impactful, but it was weird. Like a good friend of mine was getting divorced. His wife just decided they were done, and he was just kind of telling me,
dude, there's impact to that, man.
it's crazy. You know, it's
very
like
disruptive
especially
thing.
especially when there's like you're so close to the couple, and it totally surprised him, and it totally surprised me, but. Hearing him kind of, and I didn't realize I was at that age yet where, hey, people, I feel still too young to even be married, let alone people getting divorced, but I guess that's going down. And he was kind of telling me about what was happening, and it just was like so sad to hear him go through this vibe and kind of, you know, it's just different than a breakup or buddy having a beer at a bar and being like, yeah, she broke up with me. This is like, you know, heavy shit. So then I started writing this song right after he was telling me about that, kind of talking about my grandpa, talking about him, and I kept thinking of this thing, like, not like, will I lose you or will I lose this, but like how long till I lose this? Because it'll happen inevitably. And right as I was in the middle of writing the song, because a lot of this record was written as it was recorded, which is the first time I've done that, and it kept this shit really fresh. Like I was done doing demos and then taking that into a professional studio and doing this. I was like, no, there's got to be no space between the time I write
the demo
it.
is the thing.
And I was, yeah, and it's like I want the initial vibe to be right there on tape. So as I was writing these songs, I was laying tracks down wherever I was. As I was writing this tune, right in the middle of it, I was kind of trying to figure out where to go with the bridge. A great friend of mine from high school passed away suddenly, and it just like destroyed me. And I don't know why this makes it worse, but she was like one of the funniest people I've ever met. Just a hilarious person, crazy sense of humor, and so just to lose that unique thing, being somebody's sense of humor, was just wild to me. And you know, all of us from high school got together and went to her funeral. It just like blew me away. So I wrote this bridge for her, and it's just weird that all these kind of vibes of loss all happened right around the time I was writing the song. So anyway, it's kind of nice, I guess, to have this song to carry around and play to kind of remember this time, but just kind of hard to let go otherwise. So I feel like I don't have to let go with a song like this, but this is called How Long Till I Lose You.
I don't wanna live in this town. Maybe I'm making it something bigger than it's gotta be now. It's just I don't wanna turn into nothing. I can't ever get you to stay, knowing this will never be something you don't even want anyway. The hunter's becoming the hunted. How long till I lose you? 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 How long till I'm swept up and carried away, just hanging on to all that I can. How long till I lose you? How long till I lose you? Yeah. Used to be when I was around, party you felt you were younger. What we gotta talk about now, imagine the pressure I'm under. And I can't ever get you to stay, not when you're all that I've wanted. Oh, what's it out for anyway? Not to give in to our hunger. How long till I lose you? 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 How long till I'm swept up and carried away, just hanging on to all that I can. How long till I lose you? How long till I lose you? Yeah. Many roads to wander, many dreams to bury. I can see it all so clearly now. Gonna be our story someday. Many roads to wander, many dreams to bury. And I can see it all so clearly now. And I was swept up and carried away, just hanging on to all that I can. How long till I lose you? How long till I lose you? How long till I'm swept up and carried away, just hanging on to all I can. How long till how long till I lose you? Yeah, how long till how long till I lose you? Yeah.
All right. Thanks,
Thank
man.
you.
It's a great song.
Thank you.
And it's connecting with people. I know it's tough to imagine the audience on the other side of those lenses, but there's a bunch of people tuned in, and someone's talking about the death of their best friend, and this song completely connects with them.
No
And,
way.
Yeah.
Dude, that's so wild. It's
Yeah.
like crazy because, you know, the truth is, like, I don't know how to write a song, and I've never been able to figure it out. And it just, like, it happens like a dream, you know, like, and nobody wants to hear about your dreams in the morning. Like, I'm always like, oh, I had this dream, and everybody always tunes out. But, like, songs are like dreams that people want to hear, you know, and that's so cool to hear that they relate to it because that song is just something that came to me, and it like helps me a lot. So that's really validating to hear that people dig it. That's really cool.
Yeah, man, it's a good crowd here right now. People are digging it. So
Thank you guys for tuning in. By the way, this is cool.
So we talk a little bit about City on Fire. So it's coming out. The album's coming out January 18th of next year. And,
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about some of the collaborations and other artists you worked with to create the thing?
Yeah, it's wild. This record ended up being a record of working with a lot of friends. Maybe that's why it was so comfortable to make. But one friend I worked with a lot is this guy Jocko Caracco, who I grew up with. His dad played with my uncles a bunch, and we've just grown up playing together.
Is that his government name?
That's
Jocko
his
Caracco?
government name is
Wow.
Jocko. And the crazy thing is, not to give away too much shit about him, but he lives on a street called Cali Mally. It's where we made the record. And I was like, no fucking way, dude. That's
Is
Jocko
he a
Caracco.
Muppet or is he a human being?
Yeah, is he a Muppet? I'm like, the poor guy was born to be a stoner. He's not even, but yeah, Jocko Caracco. That's his God-given name. Bless him. Yeah, he's just was my first guitar player. We've always played together, and he's gone on to MD for Miley Cyrus's band and a bunch of people, and so we hadn't hung out in a while, and we started just writing and hanging out again, and all of a sudden this like album came out with he and I working together. And then the other crazy thing is, while we're making this record, I was also like filming a TV show or movie or something at the same time. My old roommate, this guy I used to live with when I was in Nashville, and he was like killer songwriter at the time, but nobody gave a shit. Nobody knew him. He wasn't signed or anything. And they were two roommates, me and this guy Charles and Dave. And I was like, damn, these guys are really good. And I was like, you guys should open for me. We got to keep writing songs together. And then one point they were like, we met this girl on MySpace, LOL. And they were like, this girl's like super dope. We want to start a band with her. We're going to call it Lady Antebellum. And I was like, that's a weird fucking name. But, go for it. See what happens.
We had
and
them
then,
in this room not too long
They
ago.
were here?
Maybe a year ago.
Oh, man. And Hillary was amazing. It was like exactly what those guys needed. They started opening for me as a band, and it was just like magic, like watching it happen. So, my roommates became like real fucking famous and lots of Grammys, and they killed it. So I didn't see them for a while. They were on tour doing their thing. And then last year, Charles was like, man, we got to break between records. And I miss like us being in our apartment and like writing songs together and just like making music. Can we do that? What are you doing right now? And I was like, dude, I'll carve out some time to come down to Nashville. That'd be so fun. So we ended up working together on a bunch of songs for the record too. So records never happen, I find, or songs for that matter, when you try to make them. But I'll be damned if like shit doesn't just kind of come together on its own if you're just, I don't know, let it do its thing. And I don't know, this record just kind of happened that way. It's
I heard
crazy.
what Tom Petty said it the most eloquent way I've ever heard it said was that he just let things float across his cosmic radio, is what he called it.
Whoa.
And was able to tune in, way more frequently than almost anybody else with that same sort of feeling where
Yeah, you
if
gotta
he got
like-
out of his own way and just let his cosmic radio tune into the songs that were already there.
That's the thing. I almost feel like with all of us, we're like the least cool part about the whole artistic process. Any one person, it's just about, like I said, it's like with dreams, you wake up and you don't know where that shit comes from. It just like happens. And I don't know. I'm this is like my whole life kind of like lesson that I'm learning is like when I try to do something, it never happens. When I don't try to do it, it's so beautiful. I just look at it and be like, I wish I'd been a part of it, but I don't even feel like I was. It just happened, But anyway, that was the case with this too.
Self-deprecating about the whole thing, man. Not everybody is a conduit the same way that you are. Not everybody can just do this.
Well, I know I was lucky too because, my family are all musicians, and my uncle was, signed to George Harrison's label in the 70s and played with Fleetwood Mac and Donovan. And my uncle plays every day still, and they were, like hard on me as a kid. Like it wasn't just like an amateur thing. Like if I wanted, not all my cousins wanted to be involved in music, but my uncles and Jocko's dad, they were jamming all the time. And if you wanted to sit in, you better be in tune and you better know what's happening because there's a lot of guys that really care about what they're doing. I had to get good really quick, but I wanted to get good. Like I looked at them and thought, man, that's the vibe. And I think Jocko was the same way. That's why we kind of connected because we're like, we want to do this. And the lucky thing in my family is it was like you're kind of either sink or swim. My other cousin who became a well-known musician her name's Charlie Hilton, and she put out a bunch of independent records and tours with Mac Miller and Mac DeMarco, and so she's been really killing it too. So there's a few of us from our family that really stayed with it, but I was lucky to have that anyway. But
So is this one the one coming up? The next song this is one that that you collaborated with Charles.
Yeah, this is one that Charles sings on too. And I'm glad we got to finally do one that's gonna come out that we sing on together, because we've got, hard drives and hard drives of just like drunken duets we've done. So this one, but this is a really cool one called "That's Just the Way That She Loves." Yeah, I gotta remember what key I'm in here. All right. 3 a.m. She'll call you up when she's lonely. She'll just drive without a clue where she's going. She'll try to tell a joke and get the punchline wrong. Forget all the words to her own favorite song. When she walks in the room, she'll set it alight. She'll always be on your side. That's just the way that she loves. That's just the way that she moves you. She'll take you higher than high. Boy, you should try. Just know you won't ever get enough. That's just the way that she loves. Whoa. She's gonna cry before the credits start rolling. She's gonna give you her heart. Oh, and it's gonna feel like you stole it. Yeah, she'll have her hair pulled back and your t-shirt on. I won't need to take a picture, darling, 'cause after she's gone, will you still remember? You're gonna be thinking about her every minute all night long. That's just the way that she loves. That's just the way that she moves you. She'll take you higher than high. Boy, you should try. Just know you won't ever get enough. She's gonna set you on fire. She's gonna light up your midnight. Oh, and if you get to hold us, silhouette in the hallway, one you can't stop thinking of. That's just the way that she loves. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's just the way that she loves. That's just the way that she moves you. And she'll take you higher than high. Boy, you should try. Just know you won't ever get enough. She's gonna set you on fire. She's gonna light up your midnight. Oh, and if you get to hold her, don't ever let it go. She's something like a sunset, turning everything to gold. That's just the way that she loves. Whoa. That's just the way that she loves. Oh. That's just the way that she loves. Cool.
All right, thanks, man. I don't always read out comments from the comment section, but this is too good, man. So Brittany Wesseman, I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name, Brittany, but she says this one is my favorite. I can't wait to get drunk and ugly cry to it.
Brittany. Well, if you guys want, I put out a little live record on Spotify. It's called Live in the Garden. And Jocko and I and a couple of our musician friends went through a few of these songs and just did them acoustically before the album comes out. But that's one of them if you want to check it out. Until the record comes out, you have something to ugly cry to acoustically. Nice. Ugly sob to. That's cool, Brittany. I appreciate that.
Can you talk a little bit about, so I mean, a lot of people know you as having played Elvis in that opposite Joaquin Phoenix in the Johnny Cash biopic and Walk the Line. A lot of people know you from One Tree Hill also. Can you talk a little bit about how you've kept one foot in both the acting world and in the music world too?
Yeah, it's been kind of tough because the worlds aren't like as compatible as I would have thought. But it was totally random. I was putting out my first record, and I heard from my music agent that they were looking for people to play in Johnny Cash's band in a Johnny Cash biopic. And so I just went in and was just as a cattle call with a bunch of other musicians, went in, played a Johnny Cash song to be a guitar player in the background or something, because I thought it'd be cool to be a part of it. And they kind of pulled me out and were like, I was 19 at the time. They're like, oh man, you look like Elvis. Do you know any Elvis songs? Now I grew up playing Elvis songs, and he's hands down my favorite. Like I've been Elvis for Halloween like 7 times as a kid. Like I was like, shit, I got this. Like I played so many Elvis songs for them, and they were like, cool, like, have you ever done any acting? Would you want to read some lines? I thought, well, I mean, I was Danny in Grease in high school. That's the extent of my acting, shit right there. And they had me read some lines, and before I knew it, they were asking me to be in this movie playing Elvis. And I was so nervous. I was like, no, man, you should get like a real actor. Like, I don't do this for a living. I've never done this. Like, get someone who's going to kill it. And they were like, no, that's the vibe. We're trying to get like musicians to play these musicians so it doesn't have an actor vibe. So I did it, and I couldn't believe it, and it was the wildest thing ever. And then same thing kind of happened with One Tree Hill. They had me go on to promote my song When It Comes on One Tree Hill, and it was supposed to be like one episode, and they ended up writing this whole character around it, and I became like best friends with the cast, and so we were like, let's just keep the character going. So it was just like a total random thing for both of these acting things. But after that, like I got a real taste for it. I loved it. And so, whenever projects come along that's been worth doing, and I haven't been on tour, I've done it. Like I got to do Charlie Bartlett with Robert Downey Jr. And that's where I met my wife actually in that film. And, done a bunch of cool stuff. Did this show called Extant with Halle Berry for a while. And so I've gotten to take some really cool breaks from music. And that's really the vibe, because if I'm on tour or recording all the time, I'll get kind of burnt on music, and I got to keep it fresh. So acting's been a really cool way to just do something that scares the shit out of me, and then have a great time. And then when I'm back, I'm totally ready to do music again. So we'll see if I keep doing stuff or what'll come my way. But it's been fun though.
And that's so applicable to what you were saying earlier, where you just sort of tumbled sideways into.
I don't know how
you were great in
happens.
that movie. You were outstanding in that movie. I never would have guessed that you had just sort of stumbled your way into it. But you put yourself in the right position, and there it was.
Yeah, I mean, it's like they say, like if you get what you wanted, then it would be. Like, thank God we don't get what we want. And thank God we get what is meant to happen, because I never would have guessed any of this stuff would have gone down. And it's so cool. Even hearing you talk about it, I'm like, oh, my God, I still can't believe I was in that movie. Especially, like, there's a part when we were filming Walk the Line where I'm, like, in the Elvis costume, and I'm, like, singing, and there's a crowd of girls in poodle skirts screaming for me, and I'm singing an Elvis song that I was like, oh, my God, this is as close as I'll ever get to being, like, feeling like for a second, like what it was like to be Elvis in the 50s. It was wild. It's cool. Then I go back to Tyler shows. But I got Brittany. She's freaking on board.
Ugly crying right now and on her way to being drunk and ugly crying, and it is outstanding. Brittany, we're stoked you're here.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little about, so you're going to play a 4th song off of City on Fire. Can you tell us about what you're going to do next?
This is probably the first song that I wrote for the album, and this is when I started making a decision, like, okay, I'm going to go real honest with this album, or I'm not going to make one at all. I don't think the world needs another white guy singer-songwriter. I don't think it needs another country musician or just singer-songwriter in general.
Singing about his feelings?
What's that?
Singing about his feelings?
Singing about his feelings, like, that's the last thing I want to listen to.
I don't know, dude, I disagree. I'm having a good time listening to
I appreciate
you, white male, singing about your feelings, man. It's pretty good.
But, I was thinking, like, I get really hard on the songs that I write, and I don't know what's a good song or not, but I've started to realize that, like, if they're honest, then they're worth putting out. And then maybe someone like Brittany, or maybe someone will connect to it if it's honest. I'll always be putting out records, whether you guys want them to come out or not. I'll be putting them out always because it's my way of kind of expressing myself. And if there's one person that digs it, cool. But I'm not always like on this honest tip. And I wrote this next song, and I was like, oh man, if I could write 10 or 11 more songs like this that are this honest and this scary, then this would be a cool album. But I got sober about 4 years ago, and I've been on the road since I was like 15. I've been doing it professionally, and it's just like wild life, wild times. I had like a blast, but I want to be doing this till I'm 90, and booze is my favorite thing in the world. So at some point I had to make a decision, like, do I want to just like have a good time forever, or do I want to keep doing this for a living? And so I cut it out of my life, and it was like the scariest thing ever. Felt like the lamest dude, lost a bunch of friends. It's like nobody wants to go to a bar with a sober guy. Just a total life change. But through that kind of process, shit got real inside with me. And it's been kind of a wild journey on its own. It's actually a wild trip to be sober or whatever. But
congratulations on it.
Thank you.
Glad you're healthy and that's happening.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. I feel like I've gotten like a lot younger. Like I was getting pretty fucking old there for a second. Like everything was just like, oh. But it's been kind of rad. But I wrote this song about that, and it's called I Don't Want to Be Scared. It goes like this.
I don't want to sing about the water running dry, whiskey in the morning, or that long goodbye, or any motivation that it takes to breathe, or anyone or anything I think I need. I don't want to be scared like I was before. I don't want to be hurt by it anymore. Lots of motivation for the way I've been. Hot spots sipping on class beers. Not a bit of letting on of my regret. Think I know it all, knowing nothing yet. I don't want to be scared like I was before. I don't want to be hurt by it anymore. Yeah, I don't want to be scared like I was before. I don't want to be hurt by it anymore. I'm just gonna sing it any way I can. Any place I walk, anywhere I stand. Sometimes I live getting about it something else. Gonna sing this to remind myself I don't wanna be scared like I was before. I don't want to be hurt by it anymore. Yeah, I don't want to be scared like I was before. Yeah, I don't want to be hurt by it anymore. I don't want to be hurt by it anymore. Sure don't want to be hurt by it anymore.
Cool. Man, thank you you guys for having me out to do this. This is cool.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for coming and sharing these 4 songs with us. So City on Fire is the album that's coming out January 18th of next year. And dude, judging from the comments, I mean, every one of the songs you played really, really did connect with people on the other side of these screens. It connected with me.
Whoa,
I
that's
mean,
cool.
Personally, particularly on this day right now. I mean, you know, I've absolutely, I don't know, it hit right in the right place, as it did for a lot of the audiences out there right now. So thanks for doing
Man, that's
this, man.
huge. I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Dude, thank you very much. Stay tuned, everybody out on the internet. So TylerHilton.com as the
you, guys.
tour dates are announced, and when City on Fire drops. The title track is out right now.
Yeah.
And
check out the video my wife directed.
yeah. I'll put a link in the comment section right now. Dude, thanks so much for coming by, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Cool. Thank you.